I am live. I am back. What's going on YouTube? This is Mario, and I'm back live again. It's a little late, but I just want to do this live stream just to talk about my life and talk about just some things that I've been thinking about over the course of the last couple of months. As far as life goals and doing things on my own terms, all that jazz. Because I look at my life now. I look at, the fact that I'm about to graduate college. I'm about to, get my degree, and I'm about to, you know, close the chapter that I've been, working on for the last 3 years now. Well, four really, but 3 years in Richmond County, and I just been thinking about, just all those. I just think about, man, the times where I feel like, man, if only if I had this, and this, I could be doing what I want to do. I could be, traveling. I could be doing spoken word. I could be, um, you know, I could be traveling, doing spoken word. I could be making money. Making money off of my passion. If had I start my YouTube channel, a few years ago, I probably would have been much further. Especially the way I'm uploading right now. Like, bro, if I've been doing this consistently for the last 3 years, I probably would have hit over at least 1,000 subscribers at this point. Like just straight up. But I just been thinking about that. I just been thinking about, you know, missed opportunities that I've had. Like, I could have went to college in Charlotte. I could have just went to a 4-year college without without all the pain I went through in New York. I could have got my driver's license a lot sooner had have I, been more persistent. I could have got my driver's license a lot sooner, despite the fact that, my mom was taking me out driving versus my cousin, because my cousin, I definitely got it quicker if I would. My cousin was still in North Carolina when I was driving, when I was 16 and 17. Um, but I say all that to say that I want to live life on my own terms. I want to do things my own schedule. I want to do things. I want to call the shots. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to enjoy life. I want to be able to live the life I want to live. Because I see too many people in my life that say, man, they got all these goals, got all these dreams, but they ain't nowhere near living the life they want to live. They say, man, if I just had not slept around, if I had not partied, if I took school more seriously, if I had not gotten pregnant at a young age, I would have been doing the things I want to do. And a lot of times we don't take our goal, and a lot of times we don't take our goals seriously because we feel like, oh, it's too big, oh, it's too much, it's too hard. We don't take our goals seriously, and then we feel like, we should be, I need to have fun, because my friends are doing this. I don't want to, I want to keep up with my friends and stuff like that. And I look at, just the circles I have now compared to, back when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I was a social, um, I didn't have a social life in high school. I mean, I don't really have a social life now. I mean, I have friends, I have people in my life who I talk to, but I don't really hang with them. I don't really go to their houses. I don't go to the movies with them. I talk about my real friends. I'm not talking about like people in my neighborhood. I'm talking about people that I actually could talk to. I actually talk to on a regular basis on Snapchat or Discord or what have you. Like, I don't get. I know I never had that. You know, I never had that. Bond before. So like, it was kind of easy for me to be this ambitious, to be this driven, but at the same time, if it was kind of lonely because, like, I had to deal with the fact that my family doesn't understand me. I had to deal with the fact, well, let me see. I had to deal with the fact. Hold on. No. I had to deal with the fact that my, family may not necessarily understand what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish. They think it's too out there. They think it's, you can't make money as a poet. They think, they think of poetry as something that's dead, and just something you just learn in school. They don't think of it as something that's how can I say this? Normal people are into it now. It's like, it's not as abstract or out there as as the school system makes it out to be. And and I'm just like really, and I'm just like really just been focused, these last couple of months, ever since last summer. I've just been like really like focused, where's my YouTube channel, what is my schoolwork. Like I just been like really focused because like I don't want to miss out on anything, that God has for me. I don't, after everything I went through, after the hurt, the pain, the misery, the times felt like, gosh, if only if I had this, and this, I would be so much better off. Like I'm tired of feeling that way, and that's why I'm grinding. That's why I'm working so hard to figure out a way. How can I, um, how can I get to where I want to be in life? How can I, live a debt-free life in my 20s? How can I, make money? How can I make money outside of just working a 9 to 5 job? How can I, you know, how can I turn my passion into a business? Like those are things I'm thinking about as I'm going through school and as I'm, talk to you on these live streams. Like those are things I'm thinking about every single day because I want to enjoy my 20s. I want to be able to enjoy, being young, being free, being healthy. I want to enjoy those years because so many people tell me that, they don't have time. Like I talked to a lot of like I talk about older people, people who are like in their 40s and 50s, don't got time. If, they wish they would have done more in their 20s and 30s, all their teen years. They wish they took school more seriously. Now they gotta raise kids. Now they gotta, they're not living the best life they want to. Like certain people are telling me they are not living the life they want to live because of, you know, bad choices. Because the fact that they didn't take their dreams serious enough. And I want to be the person. I want to be an example of someone who has dreams, who has goals, and is taking it seriously. And has a purpose as well. Because, I mentioned in a lot of my videos that when you're purpose driven, that means you're gonna accomplish your dreams no matter what it takes. If you don't, if it's not if it's not, it may not be exactly what you dreamed of, but you're gonna accomplish something that's meaningful and that's worthwhile. If you're purpose driven, because a lot of people say they want to go to NBA, they want to go to the NFL, but they're not purpose driven. They just want to do it just because it makes money. They don't have a purpose. They just want to do something because it looks cool, it sounds cool, and or I want to be a rapper. Like those things. They just do it because it looks cool, it sounds cool, but they're not really passionate about it, like so to speak. They just do it because it's cool, or they passionate about it, but it's not for the right reasons. It's just because they just want to talk about weed and talk about women and talk about sex, but they're not using a platform to empower people and to educate people. That's why I like people like D1 because D1, he's using his platform as a rapper to educate people, to inspire people, to let him know that you could be a man of God, you could be a man of integrity, and still be successful in life, and still can make money, still can pay your bills and all that stuff. Like when I look at D1, it gives me hope because because a lot of times people who are Christians, a lot of people who are like, Christians or like religious, if they see that if you're successful, that means, you must be doing something wrong. That's not the case. If you're successful, meaning that if you're successful, live life on your own terms, you're not, you know, you live, you live in your life on your own terms. They think you must be doing something wrong. and and that's not true, and that's not true in a lot of cases. A lot of times it is because they they worked hard because they know they met the right people, and and they was like, I don't got time for you stretch it. If you're not on the same mission I'm on, then I'm just gonna cut you out of my life. If you don't have to change the word mindset, then I can't be hang with you. And like that's my son on. That's why I don't hang with certain people. Not because, not because I don't, not because, I'm socially awkward, but because I know they're not gonna lead me to the path I want to go on. Like the people I hang around with, they encourage me, they inspire me, they always want me to do more. Like when I talk to Destiny, she'll say, "Man, do you do it? Man, keep writing more poems." When I talk to Evan, are you doing any more spoken word? Or when I talk to or when I talk to James, even though James, James is a lot younger than me. He says, "Man, you need to he always asks me, man, are you doing more live streams or are you doing more poetry?" Like those people, they always asking me, they always want more from me as a content creator. They always, want me to do better with my channel. And like those people inspire me to do more. And those people inspire me to keep pushing forward because the sky's the limit now. I mean, look how far we come in humanity, where we have devices like a phone to live stream and broadcast to the entire world. Like, before, that was, impossible. Now it's like you do anything with the palm of your hands. And it's crazy because I remember when Google Hangouts started. I remember back in like 2011 when Google Hangouts were just starting, when Google Plus, happened. I remember those days where I was like, man, I wish I knew how to live stream because man, that could make my life so much easier with uploading videos. Uploading videos, and now I could do that because of YouTube Live. And I'm just like, wow, so many opportunities I got, and we take it for granted, like the opportunities we have right now, because we feel like, because we scared, we scared of being rejected, we scared of people telling us we can't do it, we scared of, we use we say that, oh, it's oversaturated, or oh, everybody else is doing it, what makes me so special, like we use so much excuses to why we're not doing the things we want to do, but then we get mad at somebody who's successful. We say, "Oh, that should be me," or "Oh, why is he more successful than I am?" I'm way more talented than him. I'm way more talented than her. Like we get mad at those people, but yet we don't know. But yet we don't realize that those people had to hustle to get to where they're at. Those people did something that you wasn't doing. Those people network. Those people were connected with people. Those people work hard and work smart just to get to where they are. That's why That's why people who may not have the best talent are usually the most successful. Because they use their talent as an excuse to why to why they didn't hustle, and that's another reason why a lot of people don't aren't successful. It's not because of talent, because a lot of times, a lot of cases, people are talented, but they don't take their talent, they don't push themselves. They just say, well, I'm talented, so I don't have to put out, you know 10 songs. I don't have to put out I don't have to write, you know 5 poems a month. I could just write one poem a month, and I could still get a bunch of, snaps, so I could get a bunch of views off that one poem. That's not necessarily the case. Like for me, I'm pretty good at what I do because I've been doing it for so long, and because I've been doing it so long, I need to do this every single day. And when I talk to you guys on like Poppedia, on YouTube, on or whatever, I get ideas of what I should write on. That's how I'm able to expand my horizon. That's how I'm able to put out so much content on a daily basis, because I talk to you guys. I watch YouTube. I'm willing to expand. I'm willing to broaden my horizons. Before I was just writing about God. I was writing about anything about the Bible. But then once I got older, once I started to really experience life more, and once I got into be around different people, that's when I started to write about different subjects. So now I'm talking about just about anything and anything that comes to mind, but I just keep it pure. I don't curse my poems. You know, I don't curse in my poems. I still keep God first in my life, and I still make sure that my poetry glorifies God. So like, and that's not necessarily me bragging about God, but I'm saying that make sure that our poems, you know, is something that I could read at a church and not get any backlash, and not make anybody feel uncomfortable. So like that's why I'm able to do the stuff I do. Like because a lot of times a lot of people are afraid of putting out. A lot of people say they're afraid of putting out subpar work, but a lot of times it's those subpar videos that gets a lot of views. A lot of those times those subpar videos that gets attention. A lot of times it's those subpar videos that might help somebody get through their day. Some of my poems, I don't a lot of poems that a lot of my friends, a lot of my, a lot of people in my church like are poems that I don't even consider, my best poetry, my best poems. But because it's something I said, because of the fact that, because of where I was coming from, because of the heart behind the poem, they said, "Wow, I need that poem. Oh wow, that poem blessed my life." And like those that means a lot to me because that means a lot to me because I really think about when I write what I'm about to say in my poems before I put it out there. I really think about those things. I don't just put out a poem just to put up a poem. I really think about what's the subject matter behind the poem, and how can I and like and I just really think about like the words that make the poem flow. So so it means a lot to me when people say that they were inspired by my poem, or this poem helped them get through a tough season in life. I think about people like Wobotnik, or people like Danny, people I know from Popedia or Rainbow, aka Groovy Sims. Those guys were like really were was like, oh my God, thank you for this poem. That poem really made my day. And it was just like so awesome just to see, for people to appreciate what I do. And these people are teenagers, teenagers who are like, they're like 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, and they like it when I put it out. And then I look at the people I've met at school, with like my classmates in drama class. A lot of them want to say majors as those guys just mentioned from Popedia. They're like 15, 16 years old, and they're just like amazed at what I put out because I speak plain, I speak their language. I speak their language. I don't make it. I don't try to sound too bougie, but at the same time, I make it to where they can relate to it. Because I write poetry, for kids who live in the hood, but I also write poetry for kids who like in the suburbs. So like my poems are kind of a mix between being like street and like using urban slang, and then also being like really you know typical typical American language. So with that being said, like I'm really am just I really just want to succeed in life. I really want to do better in my life. Like I'm not where I want to be in life, and I know that's a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys are where you want to be in life. A lot of you guys, say you want better jobs, you want to live in a better neighborhood, you want a better house, you want to, you're tired of being in broken relationships. A lot of you guys say that, but are you taking the necessary actions to, are you taking necessary steps to lead those goals? Are you saving your money? Are you spending money on things that you go for, and not just things that makes you look good, or things that makes you feel good, like fast food, like eating out fast food every single day, or buying expensive clothes, expensive jewelry, like those things. Are you you know are you networking? Are you meeting people? Are you hanging around people who had the same interests as you? Are you or you just hanging around people just because just because you know they're your quote unquote friends, or they're your homies, or they or live around the way, or you want to go outside your comfort zone and be around people who make you feel comfortable. Like it's those things that it's those things that that hold people back, because people they want to be comfortable versus being successful. And I'm just finding this out that a lot of people, the reason why some people aren't really happy is because they want you know they want temporary, they satisfied with just temporary comfort. As human beings, we want to be comfortable. We want to be we want to say, I could relax, I could sleep. But we not really. But when it comes to actually doing what we really want to do, it's when it comes to going be above, beyond, and living the extraordinary life. A lot of us don't want to do that because we feel like it's too hard, it's too difficult. You know, you know, my parents don't believe in me, my teachers don't believe in me, my friends don't believe in me, and stuff like that. Like, we not willing to do what it takes to achieve our dreams, but yet we will do what it takes to watch our favorite TV show. We will do what it takes to get that hair, get that hairstyle, get that chain, to get that the rims. Like, we will do what it takes to get those things. But when it comes to our dreams, when it comes to things that actually matter, we won't. We will make excuses, and that's not how you should live. You know. So, but if you're comfortable, like you said, if you're comfortable where you're at, then you good. But if you're not comfortable where you're at, if you tired, or if you want better for yourself, then are you taking necessary steps? Are are you watching your diet? Are you working out? Are you managing your finances? What are you doing to make sure that you live the best life you could possibly live? You know. So, with that being said, this is Mario Walker, signing off.